The media has the power to control how people think. The media has the power to control how people say things, how people speak. When it comes to Judge Hlophe, people usually call him the impeached judge, or when the news report about Judge Hlophe, they like to say the impeached judge. They don't call him by his name, maybe Mr. John Hlophe. They always say the impeached judge. So most people know Mr. John Hlophe as the impeached judge. They know that this guy was impeached. But most people don't know why he was impeached. Most people don't even know that Judge Hlophe, according to him, he claims and he has proof, and he has claimed on national TV live in front of everyone that the DA and the ANC of Ramaphosa are the ones behind his impeachment, and his impeachment was unlawfully. So I have a clip, listen to this clip and hear it from him, the man himself.
Are you angry for the impeachment process?
I would be lying if I say I celebrated it, because I had done absolutely nothing wrong.
We'll come to that in a moment. Are you angry as a person?
Yes, because of how I was treated by the ANC government. This coalition that you see today started when Mkhwebane was impeached from the office. The ANC needed 2/3 majority, and they went to the Democratic Alliance to get it. So this government of national unity that we are seeing, it started then. Advocate Mkhwebane was the first victim. I was the second victim, because the ANC used the Democratic Alliance, right, and other parties which basically got rid of me. And then after me, it was Judge Ngola Mutata, right? There again, there is consistency, government of national unity. So this is not something new.
Dr. Hlophe, I'm sure you have a rich history of the legal process.
Yes.
And processes in all three cases, including Advocate Mkhwebane, including the former judge, impeached judge, Ngola Mutata, and yourself. Processes were followed.
Yes.
And for a process having followed, they arrived at a particular conclusion.
That's right.
Are you now trying to rewrite those processes when you were even given an opportunity to actually reflect on your position in terms of those allegations that you faced at the time?
Right. Well, in my case specifically, what had happened was this. We challenged the processes and how the Judicial Service Commission operated. We challenged even the composition of the Judicial Service Commission. We even brought an appeal to challenge the decision by President Cyril Ramaphosa to suspend me. That matter is still pending in Gauteng. We're not even allocated a date for that appeal. In one matter, because they withdrew funding. As a result of withdrawing funding, I could not prosecute the appeal. This is why one of the grounds that we use, we're saying the impeachment process by Parliament was premature, because everything was pending before the courts, including the Constitutional Court.
You just heard Mr. Judge John Hlophe explain the mechanics and the mechanism behind him being impeached. Now he's the impeached judge, right? But he explains that this impeachment was because he was one of the people who was challenging the system. He was one of the people who was challenging the judicial system. He was one of the people who was even wanting to amend some of the constitution and the judicial laws. They wanted to even change some things because they were revolutionary like that as judges. He explains the type of judges. He even named some people who even got impeached, even also mentioning Madam Mkhwebane, you know. So she was also impeached from her seat. He explained there, you heard what he said about her and the other judge. But this is just to show that, so as he claimed, it's just to show that all of this GNU has been cooking from way back, because the ANC had predicted that they will never get the majority, they will never get the 2/3 majority. So they knew they were going to drop in numbers. So they had to create an ally, which the ally was the DA. Their ally, the DA, has been their ally from the get-go. because the DA has has its own agendas when it comes to controlling South Africa, when it comes to implementing policy and laws. They have their own agendas, but they know that the ANC is going to be compromised after elections. So let's make them our ally. Let's take everyone from the judiciary, everyone from the courts, everyone from even the public protector, Madam Mkwebane. Let's take them out of the game so we can put our own puppet people there so they can help us escalate and help us get into power easily. So Judge Hlophe was taken out of power because they knew if he was still in power, he was going to be challenging this GNU. Before it even started cooking, he was going to be challenging it. So they escalated his impeachment way before the courts could even conclude on the matter. You heard him what he said. He said he was out of the seat before a judgment from the court was even said by judges that he needs to be impeached. But they impeached him unlawfully, illegally. You heard him what he said. It's not me. I'm not just saying things out of nowhere. You just heard him. I played a clip there. You heard what he said. So this just shows us that the system is not just as people like to think. The judiciary, the crime police, you know, when it comes to the laws of the country, when it comes to the courts, it's not just, it's not free and just as people like to think. The law favors those who are on a certain bracket. You know, the law favors those who are pro the establishment. The law favors those who have sold out. That's why you see there's people, politicians who would commit crime in front of everyone and do corruption, but nothing happens to them. But people who just want to change in how the country is run, who just want to change in how the laws of the country are created, they end up being prosecuted for nothing. So you just heard Judge Hlophe speak. Thank you very much.